For many people, Black Ops Cold War Zombies is going to be a make or break experience. Going off of Black Ops 4, a lot of the community really isn't expecting much, especially after Black Ops 4 Zombies, when we thought the game was going to be the best we ever saw, 4 maps at launch, an amazing game, but it really just ended up being the most disappointing experience that we've seen to date. I myself am going into this game very optimistic. I've been playing Zombies for 7 years, and I really do see a ton of potential in this game, but after Black Ops 4, a lot of the community isn't going into this game so hopeful. I really hope Treyarch has taken this time to reflect on Black Ops 4 and see what worked and see what didn't, and see what we missed from past Call of Duties that weren't in Black Ops 4, and I hope all of that gets culminated into this game. Hi guys, my name is Sawtooth, and today I'm going to be talking about Black Ops Cold War Zombies, and what I think Black Ops Cold War needs to do in order to rejuvenate zombies again and bring it back to what it used to be. Before we get into it, I just want to preface that these are my own opinion, but I've also seen the community as a whole also want these things and have voiced their opinion on it, and with that being said, make sure to leave a like and hit the subscribe button if you do go on to enjoy this video. I will be covering Black Ops Cold War Zombies extensively on this channel, and without further ado, let's get right into it. It's no secret that Black Ops 4 drastically changed the perk system, and I think we need to see major change with this in Black Ops Cold War Zombies. Just to get it out of the way, they took out fan favorites like Juggernog, Speed Cola, and Double Tap, and they have been a part of the Treyarch Zombies identity for so long, and stripping that away, I think really took away from the game. And Juggernog specifically, name a more iconic perk. We have had this perk all the way since Verrückt, and getting Jug has always been an important part of the game. You load into a map, you're either a 2 or 3 hit, and getting Jug is one of the first objectives you have so you can survive longer. On Black Ops 4, starting with just 4 hits and having that for the entire game completely strips up that setting up aspect from the maps. There's no longer that risk, that thought in the back of your head, knowing that you are vulnerable because you don't have Jug, and you're more susceptible to dying. Because of the teaser trailer, Juggernog is already basically confirmed to return, so I see this as an absolute win for the game. Also, not only did they take away these perks in Black Ops 4, but they also gave the existing perks in this game very bland identity. There's only 4 machines, so it strips the uniqueness from every single perk. In Black Ops 4, there's no longer those icons of Juggernog, Speed Cola, Double Tap, all of those machines, those jingles, the perks that really brought life to this game in the first place. I can't knock them for trying something new though, although it didn't stick, because the community had been asking to change perks and change the system for a long time, but I do not think that Black Ops 4 implemented this very well at all. Instead, I think we need something similar to the perma-perk system in Black Ops 2. I think if there's some way to even upgrade these perks, or have additional perks that we can get in-game that aren't specifically something you buy, I think would really add to the game, and add a much-needed change to perks. I never thought that weapon balance was important in Zombies until we got Black Ops 4. The Helion Salvo is the only gun in this game that is really good and completely beats all the other guns out of the water and basically makes them all obsolete. We can't just have one gun completely dominate in Zombies, and especially when it's not a wonder weapon. Wonder weapons are okay to be good, because they are supposed to be the wonder weapon of the map, the gun that you really want to go for on that map, but when you completely eliminate that by making some overpowered rocket launcher be better than basically anything in the game, it completely strips away that uniqueness and that need for wonder weapons, and again, it hurts the identity of the game. Wonder weapons are such an iconic feature of Treyarch Zombies, and arguably, I will say this hands down, Treyarch has done wonder weapons the best out of any developer that we've seen do Zombies, and having them being not as good and made obsolete by the Helion Salvo just took away from the game. Not to mention that the guns are super dumbed down in Black Ops 4 Zombies due to the fact that you need to pack a punch 4 times to get the max potential out of your gun, and again, that takes away and hurts the weapon balance. You need multiple guns to be good. Yes, you can have a balance. Black Ops 2 did this super well, where you have really bad guns in the box, or bad wall guns that just aren't very good, guns that are good for early rounds but not higher rounds. You had middle tier weapons that were pretty good, and then you had the high tier weapons. In Black Ops 4, you had the Helion Salvo, and then basically everything else under it. That doesn't make for a fun Zombies experience. There needs to be balance. There needs to be a variety of weapons that play good in one situation, but maybe not the other. If Treyarch really wants to do this well, I think they should really draw inspiration from Black Ops 2. Like I said earlier, there's such a good balance of weapons, and the wonder weapons in that game are really good, and they should come on top. But it's also not just the wonder weapons. The weapons in that game are so fun to use, and they're different. It makes the game so much more enjoyable than something like Black Ops 4 or even Black Ops 3, because the guns were really good in that game, but I felt like they lost a little bit of the identity that they had from Black Ops 2. This also ties in with weapon selection, but this deserved its own spot, and rightfully so. In Black Ops 3, we were introduced to specialist weapons, and they were something you could get in the map that were really fun, and they were a great addition to the game. They weren't too overpowered, and they complemented the wonder weapons well, and they were also hard to get, and they posed a challenge, and they had a great reward after it. But Black Ops 4 completely changed that with the Create a Class system. In the Create a Class, you're able to equip a specialist weapon that you have from the very beginning of the game. Treyarch tried to balance this by making it a 3-level system where you have to go into the game and get kills in order to get to level 3, which basically is its best form. But in order to do so, all you need to do is get kills. There is no challenge to it, and there's no reward in going on a quest to get it at all. I know I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but it completely takes away from the identity of these weapons. In Black Ops 3, they were a real challenge and they had personality. You had to go on cool quests to get it, but in this game, they're just handed to you. There's nothing special about them, they're just really overpowered weapons you have instant access to in the game. If they are added into Black Ops Cold War Zombies, they need to be balanced. The specialist weapons, yes, they need to be good, as long as you actually have to work for them, but also the wonder weapons have to be good, and all work in harmony without becoming a crutch that completely undermines the wonder weapons. Maps are important, and there's no denying that, and this is something I am a little concerned about for Black Ops Cold War. Since Black Ops 4, we've seen a trend of remakes, like we had Blood of the Dead, Classified, Alpha Omega, and, of course, Tog der Toten. Looking back, we haven't seen an original Aether map since Garad Krovi, and that's a little concerning going into this game, especially because of what the leaks have been saying. That, as well as this game having free DLC, is a little concerning regarding the originality of what we could be seeing with these maps. According to the leaks, there's a rumored Nacht der Untoten remake, a remaster of Nacht, a remake of Kino, a remake of Der Riese, and finally, a Vietnam map, which sounds like it's going to be the only original map that we know of so far. As we saw with Modern Warfare and the free DLC being a lot of recycled content, these leaks are very believable. And this really could hurt the game, because if there's no originality, where's the longevity for this game gonna be? Personally, I'm not gonna judge this until we actually play the map, because they could be drastically different from the originals and play completely differently, but they're already locations we've seen, and there's only so much you can do building off of that. Unlike having a new expansive map where everything's new and it's all new stuff we can learn about, whereas, say, a Kino remake, we already know the main location and we already know the main lore and the stuff behind it, and even if they add a bunch of new stuff, it's something that we're already familiar with. At the end of the day, I'm completely fine with remakes and remasters as long as they're also supplemented with new content. Like a Vietnam map, as long as it's not like a sneaky remaster or something we've already seen before in the past, it sounds freaking sick. Having a map in Vietnam zombies, that's awesome. Also, Treyarch, please, we need a remaster of Buried, Transit, and Diarize. Remake the Victus maps or remaster the Victus maps. It's been too long. I really want to see them in this game. Imagine, guys, hear me out for a second. Imagine a remaster of Buried on the PS5, new graphics, new everything, new engine. That would be sick. If Black Ops Cold War Zombies does this, I am sold. Give it to me, please. I'm ready for it. It also would be interesting if we saw Zombies Chronicles 2 in this game, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. The point system is something that I don't really see often talked about with Black Ops 4, but it's another thing, again, that I thought really hurt the game. Instead of a hit-based system, it moved to a damage-based system, which completely got rid of the use for lower-tier weapons and guns that weren't as quick to kill. Point guns have always been a huge part of zombies and have made the early rounds easier, and Black Ops 4 just completely eliminated it. In the low rounds, the best guns will provide the most point output, and it just should not be that way. It's almost almost counterintuitive, because the best guns should almost give you less points because of how good they are, because that's how it worked in the past. And those lower tier guns that weren't as good would provide you more points, and in turn, you'd be able to set up, but also you'd have a weaker gun. Again, I thought it really hurt this game. This change was funny to me, because no other zombies mode did this, and Treyarch was the first to do it, and it was just a weird addition in my opinion. The point system is something that nobody ever complained about as far as I know, so I have no idea why this would be something that they changed, but also this is something that could be an easy fix as well, and in turn, I think it would also greatly help the weapon balance of this game. Microtransactions were first added to zombies in Black Ops 3 in the form of Gobblegums, and they're definitely not going anywhere. My one hope for this game is that they use Gobblegums and not elixirs. I really don't like elixirs, and they're just not as unique to me as Gobblegums were. Gobblegums really had character, they had pizzazz. I never use that word, and I'm using it now. So yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. But they had flavor. Elixirs just felt bland to me, and something that weren't as appealing to use as Gobblegums were. I also just really greatly disliked the Nibolium plasma system. I thought it was just easier to get one liquid divinium, and that would basically equal you one Gobblegum guaranteed. Instead, in Black Ops 4, you have to get 30 Nibolium plasma from doing stuff in the game and going through the rounds, and I just disliked it a lot more. I know a lot of people complain about how overpowered they were in Black Ops 3, but I also felt like that added to the game and made the game more fun. It's fun when things are super duper overpowered. Obviously not everything can be like that, but also Gobblegums are something that you don't have to use in a game. You don't have to use them. They're microtransactions, you can play without them. As long as Treyarch builds their maps to be playable without them, we should be fine. And I feel like they also add a lot of replay value to a map. If you don't want things to be so difficult, you're able to use a Gobblegum and make the map easier if you want to. Also, something that I do want to mention is that the leaks are saying that an elixir system is placed in the game, but this can also be easily changed because for Black Ops 4, in the early builds of the game, there were Gobblegums in the game and they weren't elixirs, so this can easily be changed and reverted back to Gobblegums if need be. Or of course if Treyarch wants to do that. At the end of the day, I think this game truly does have a lot of potential, and I think Treyarch could do a bunch of really great and awesome things with this game. Of course, we haven't seen much, but that's also what this video is for, and this is the stuff that I think, as well as a lot of the community thinks, is necessary for this game to be successful. As critical as I am of Black Ops 4 Zombies, and of zombies as a whole when I need to be, it's only because I really care about this game mode, and I truly do want to see it succeed. If Treyarch makes these core changes to the gameplay in Black Ops Cold War, I think this game will already be off to a much better start than Black Ops 4 ever was. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button if you are new. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I will be covering Black Ops Cold War Zombies extensively, and I am very excited to see where this game goes. Also, if you have not already, make sure to go follow my Instagram and Twitter. Both of those links will be in the description, as well as my second channel. With all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out, guys.